Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. My name is Nikki, and if this is your first time, welcome. And for those that have returned, thanks for coming again. I appreciate all my subscribers, and I hope that you can like, comment, and subscribe and continue to share my videos just as you have been. I thank you so much for your support. Today, we are doing something super fun and a little bit different from my other videos. We're gonna be doing a DIY wreath. How many times have you walked into a Home Goods or maybe TJ Maxx or Marshalls or maybe another store and you see a wreath that you love and you say, but I just changed this, or I wish it had maybe a little bit more red, or I wish it had a little more bling on it. Well, what if you could take an existing wreath and just take it to the next level, or maybe just add a little bit of your own style, and then the outcome is your own custom wreath that no one else will have. Well, that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna upgrade my backyard space with 2 custom wreaths that will include some materials that I found from a couple different places, which I'll share throughout the video. So if you're interested and excited to find out about that, stay tuned. Okay, so first things first, we're starting off with 3 things. You've got a needle, your thread, and your burlap. Burlap I've used is 5 foot by 15 feet in length, which seems to be pretty long, but I actually ended up using 2 packs of the burlap, so it's 30 feet in total. Now you'll notice here what I'm doing is a large basting stitch, and I am using my trusty weave thread. Now I know you guys are probably thinking, weave thread? Why is she using that on a DIY project? Guys, I use that on the majority of my DIY projects, and here is why. This thread is like indestructible. No matter how much you pull on it, it will not pop, which is really great because with something like this in this project, as you see, I'm kind of pulling it along to make this kind of ruffle effect, which you'll see me doing here. And you don't want to use regular thread because when you start pulling like that, the more and more, the longer and longer your garland gets, it's going to pop. So you want something that's really strong, and I just find that's the best option to use. Next step I'm going through here is painting the sign. So I chose the sign Blessed. You can choose, of course, whichever sign you would like. I'm starting off with some white paint here. This is just plain white acrylic paint. I've used this so many times in so many different projects. I've probably spent maybe $7 on this bottle of paint here, but I've used it many times. So I'm just doing a really thin coat because this is unfinished wood. In my experience with using unfinished wood, if you don't spray paint it first, do a acrylic paint coat first as a primer, you will be spray painting 8 or 9 coats, and it's just a waste. Now, when you see that I do this, it literally took me 1 nice thin coat, and then I topped it with the matte coat, and it was a perfect finish. So while that's drying, I'm jumping into using this bar tray as my base. Now, this may be called as a bar tray. Some people call it a serving tray. You can use it anywhere throughout the house, right? This is a serving tray that many people have, like a square shape, circular, rectangular. You may put it in the bathroom with some toiletries. You may have it on top of a coffee table, what have you. I'm using this as the base for my wreath here. And what I'm doing is I took a hot glue gun and I glued the wreath onto the tray, and I applied some pressure, and that was that. You don't need much, but you want to put some good globs. I would say maybe 4 to 5 good amounts of hot glue to get that there. Once it's secure, you want to secure that burlap on there. I secured the garland, and then once it dried, I went back through just to check, are there any areas that don't look as secure? Because keep in mind, this is going to be outdoor, so you want to make sure it weathers those storms, literally. So just make sure that you go back through and just pull along the sides of it. Anywhere that seems a little raised, reinforce it with some more hot glue, and you'll be all set. Okay, so now our sign is dried and we are ready to get this put onto our wreath. So what I like to do, again, because I love burlap so much, because it has these little holes in it, so really easily, I didn't even need a needle. I just got some fish line, another indestructible material to use. I took that and put it through one of the holes of the burlap, and I'm just tying it. It's tying the sign to the burlap in 2 different places. You can choose whichever area you want to do. And quite frankly, you only need to do 2 areas. So if you want to do 3 or more, that's fine. But I did 2. I thought that was fine with me. And then what I do lastly is I reinforce it with with our glue gun, which you'll see me doing here. So I just lift it and I'm literally, just like a kindergarten project, you're literally just gluing it in certain areas and you're pressing it down. And then you want to do the hang test. You want to just kind of hang it and shake it up a little bit and see wherever it's starting to drop a little bit, go ahead and reinforce it with the hot glue gun. That will be your best friend to keep this project in one piece. Okay guys, we are coming to the last lap of our project here, because of course this is not an original piece that would usually hang. We have to actually create something to hang it with. So I've just reinforced it with a little hanger piece here, and I'm going to use a wreath hanger to hang our wreath with. And this is what the final reveal looks like. So you see, you have our 2 wreaths here, and we're outdoors. We're getting ready to hang them up. And this is what it looks like. I used a wreath hanger. The wreath hangers were under $5. I picked that up at Michael's. And again, you can get that at any of your craft stores. And if you take a look here, they're both hanging perfectly. I really didn't have to do any measuring because the hangers are pretty easy to do. And they hang perfectly with the hook that I reinforced on the back. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end today. I hope you enjoyed that DIY. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And also comment below with some ideas of some videos you'd like to see us do in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.